Hamas's chief Yahya Sinwar has been eliminated, Israel has confirmed.
The man you see in the shattered room once led a brutal group known as the Majd in the late 1980s. It was primarily tasked with identifying and punishing Palestinians suspected of collaborating with Israel. He was reportedly involved in horrific acts such as burying prisoners alive, pouring burning oil over their heads, and beheading them with a machete. His reign of terror mirrored the kind of extreme violence seen in the Islamic State in later years. Of all the footage emerging from West Asia since October 7th last year, this may be the most defining. Released by the Israeli military, its drone footage from October 17th, 2024, showcasing what Israel claims are the final moments of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar. In the video, a man sits in a wrecked room, his face covered with a cloth, possibly to hide his identity. As the drone gets closer, the man throws a stick at it. Moments later, another shell was fired, the Israelis later said, causing the building to collapse, killing Israel's most wanted man. Israeli troops initially passed by the scene unknowingly apparently, only to later discover that a body in the rubble was indeed Sinwar's. This footage, released by Israeli authorities, showed a convoy transporting his body to Israel's National Center of Forensic Medicine. In this video, I will tell you why this may just be that moment when the beginning of the end of Israel's brutal war on Hamas and Hezbollah started. I'm Manish Adhikary and you're watching First Things Fast. Yahya Sinwar was a high-ranking leader of Hamas in Gaza, known for his strategic mind and militant history. Born in 1962 in the Khan Yunis refugee camp, Sinwar was a key architect of Hamas's military tactics. He was arrested by Israeli forces in 1988 for killing Palestinian informants and sentenced to life imprisonment. While in prison, Sinwar learned Hebrew and studied Israeli literature, all the while nurturing his desire for revenge. During his incarceration, he also wrote The Thorn and the Carnation, a novel that promoted violent resistance. Sinwar was released in 2011 in a prisoner swap that freed over 1,000 Palestinians in exchange for the Israeli soldier Gilad Shalit. After his release, Sinwar rose to become the head of Hamas in Gaza in 2017. Sinwar forged strong ties with Iran and began preparing for what he and his commanders called Our Big Project, the large-scale October 7th attack on Israel which led to the death of over 1,200 Israelis. This operation was years in the making, as Sinwar and his team deceived Israel, completely fooled them into believing that Hamas was focused on economic growth in Gaza, lulling the Israeli intelligence into complacency. Sinwar's strategy was all deception, one of the most startling in modern history. His trickery managed to mislead Israel's intelligence services, enabling Hamas to launch its surprise assault on 7th October. He was willing to sacrifice Gaza and its civilians for his long-term goal of engaging Israel in a broader conflict, potentially drawing in Iran and other regional actors.
He dreamed all the time, every night, how to kill Israelis, how to kill Jews, and then he will finish also with the infidels in all over the world.
Sinwar was killed here during an Israeli military operation in Gaza, marking the end of a manhunt that had spanned a year since the attack on Israel. Experts view Sinwar's death as a significant turning point in the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas. Many analysts suggest that his elimination could weaken Hamas's strategic leadership. His death also opens up opportunities for Israel to claim a major victory, which could shift the war's trajectory. Some also believe this could create an opening for potential peace or at least reduce the intensity of the conflict. However, others warn that Sinwar's death might provoke retaliatory violence or escalate tensions further, as Hamas could rally around his martyrdom. Additionally, the vacuum in Hamas's leadership may lead to internal power struggles or a shift in tactics that could complicate the broader conflict. Overall, while Sinwar's death is viewed as a tactical win for Israel, the long-term impact remains uncertain, with experts divided on whether it will lead to de-escalation or an even more intense phase of the conflict.